Well, it's Uncommon Fossil, and they take a look at my Charizard Pidgeot box deck, updated now with Twilight Masquerade. It now includes Cornerstone Mask, Ogerpon EX. The original deck played Alolan Vulpix V-Star. This is just better. It's an ability, and has one card instead of multiple cards for the V-Star. So really good in the deck. Play a 2/02 Charizard EX for energy acceleration as well as attacking. 2/02 Pidgeot EX for its ability, and then a lot of countering options: Noivern, Mawile, Mimikyu, as well as a Radiant Charizard for comeback. So, and a whole ton of one-ofs in the trainer as well. What we'll do is we'll jump into gameplay, see the deck in action, you'll get a sense of what it does, and then at the end of the video, going to do a detailed breakdown of the 60 in the deck, as well as some potential changes you could make. All right, let's see how things go here. The deck's working pretty well. I am having to, as I'm playing it, having not played it for a while, trying to get back in the rhythm of the deck's a little... I've been missing a few plays here and there. Just trying to clean up my play with the deck, maximizing the, it's a counter deck. It's got a number of different approaches. And honestly, in a lot of matchups, what you have to do is you have to switch between approaches too, and just doing that all correctly and setting up the best thing to maximize your odds is, it's those little details that make a huge difference in terms of win rate with the deck, and in getting back on those things. So one mulligan. All right, obviously Radiant Charizard is not who I want to start. Buddy-Buddy Poffin's not bad. So we'll see what happens here. But, I do have Thorton, so in the deck, this is where, like, Radiant Charizard getting knocked out. Okay, they chose to go first, so, okay. That usually, a lot of times they want to go second to take a knockout. At this point, it looks like I don't have access to, what am I talking about? Rotom V. I'd love Rotom V this turn, because otherwise I'm in a bit of an awkward spot. I don't think I want a Pokestop. I mean, yeah, it probably is bad for me to Pokestop. This is one of those decks. I play a lot of one-ofs, and the odds are I'm going to lose more resources that I need than hit something I want. And I'm not dead with just Buddy-Buddy Poffin. Obviously, I'd love to hit Nest Baller or Rotom V, or a supporter. Arven would be great here as well. We'll just see what happens here. I guess these Pokemon catchers are really annoying with these matchups too, because they're really coming down to coin flips a lot, and that's annoying, right? It's so how do I want to work this? Do I want actually Mimikyu's pretty well? Wow, really awkward here. Do I have Noivern in the deck? I have Noivern. I'm going to do Noivern, Mimikyu. I'm going to toss down my two walling Pokemon. It's not great for me, that's for sure. But attach and end turn. Yeah. Do I want to try gusting something, by the way, just to slow them down? I mean, I need to slow things down here is what I need to do. So I'm just going to... No. I'll hold off. I see Mimikyu boss isn't terrible into the Radiant Greninja as well. So I think I want to hold on to the boss. That's my thought there. So they're probably going to take a knockout here. They just need to attach an energy, and then they have knockout. Also with the Mimikyu, the Noivern's really the big hitter with this deck. With this matchup. The problem is I didn't set up at all. And I could have gone for the Pidgey, but because we'll see what they do. They probably use the catcher, take out taking out the Noibat would be a nice play for them, I would say. That's what I think that would be their simplest thing to do. Do they play the Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon EX that he hits through effects? So he two-shots me. With my tool, he three-shots me though. So okay, they might not have the Ogerpon, the other Ogerpon, which I'd be happy about that. So are they going to take out the act? I think use their catcher here. like I said, Noibat's really good. It's only 1 energy, too, so it leaves them in a great board state. And heads. So, yeah, I mean, this is, catchers. They hit heads, and that, they're just... So that's really brutal there. I'll send with the Mimikyu. I mean, they're going to knock him out, though. They have the energy on. They're just... okay, what they use... Okay, oh, they got rid of Lost Vacuum, so I can use my Hero's Cape. Do I send up the Mimikyu? I don't even know if I do. I mean, my other Noibat's prized, so... And I think that was another... Was that another Raging Bolt? Just keep an eye on things. Oh, Sandy Shocks? Okay, which gets some energy in play. Okay, that makes sense. I thought it was a fighting Pokemon. I was a little confused by it, though. All right, so... I guess I'll send up the Mimikyu. It's not good, right? They 2-shot me, with my tool. So I think I do that. Misfortune Sisters. Get rid of a Prime Catcher. That's always good there. I'm in a bad spot here. I'm gonna Pokestop. It's probably a mistake, but it's now desperation time. I got the Rare Candy, and I'll just end turn here. I have Boss, which isn't terrible. I Boss next turn. Assuming they don't have another Lost Vacuum, I'm hoping they don't, then I will Gust up Raging Bolt again. Yeah, right, they're going to 2-shot me, I believe. Maybe more than 2-shot me. We'll see what happens. At this point, they're doing 90, right? If you have 3 more energies in play, it does 70 more, so it does 90, which 2-shots me. So I'll Gust up the Raging Bolt without willing 1 energy because he needs 2 more to retreat. So they do the 90. I'm 1 away from getting knocked out. If I had Thorton, all right, Arven's not bad. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with Arven, though. It's not good. It's far from good, in fact. Let's see what I got here. Problem is I'm just missing so many pieces right now. So many pieces. I guess I will grab the heavy ball. Get my other Noibat into play. I mean, Mawile's... No, neither one's great. Honestly, they both probably fail me. But this is what I got, so... I chose not to boss just because, and I'll end turn. I send up the Radiant Zard, and I boss. Just kind of trying to keep pressure on with bosses, trying to get set up before I lose the game. Right? That's all I can do. I have Noivern EX in deck. I have energies in deck. I really needed to get energy attached this turn. I really need a better supporter for next turn. But I'm just disrupting. I don't know why they're not doing anything right now, I gotta say. The game has been loading worse lately, so they were just thinking through whether they want to do any actions, which makes sense that they didn't do anything. I'll send up the Radiant Zard because that's really what I need to do. I think I want to boss. This isn't good. I will, again, desperation, Pokestop, probably hurts me. It's not terrible, but... Alright, well that's not terrible. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of those cards, right? I have Rotom V, right? So I need to grab some cards is what needs to happen here. I can get double turbo. I can get Noivern EX. Those are the 2 things I need, right? So I'm going to grab double turbo here. That's my call. Do I want a Cyllene? Is there something I want a Cyllene to get back if I have it? Well, let me get my double turbo first, right? Double turbo, first things first. Oh, I messed up. I forgot to attach the tool. I keep messing up. Can't believe how stupid I was there. That's terrible. I mean, it's just unforgivable, basically. Okay. It's pretty bad. No, it's horrible. It's horrible. Okay, but this isn't as bad as it looked. I have 2 Noibat. I'll get my other Noibat. I have Thorton in play. I needed. I mean, I'm in really rough shape now. But. So there's things I can do here. I can Thorton. Yeah, let me think. I Thorton, get my other Noibat in play. I think, well, I'm going to send up the Rotom V. Let me think about that. And then let's think. If I Turo scenario, I mean, I have to protect the Noivern. That's a given. Can't believe that terrible mistake I made. But I do have, let's see what I draw. Pal Pad, which is fine. It's not what I need, though. So I'm going to grab the energy. I'll grab the energy because I need that. I needed that last turn. I really needed that last turn. That was a huge miss on my part. A huge mistake. So I'll grab this. Let's see. Do I have Rod? I'm gonna, and then I'm gonna Pokestop, I think, and we'll see what happens. Could be horrible. All right. Well, I mean, it got rid of the card. Got rid of cards that I don't want in play. Right. That's the good news. Got rid of a bunch of cards I don't want. So I will. I'll Cyllene, just increasing my odds of getting something I need here. Okay, because so I mean the tool's really good too, but I've got to get the Ultra Ball, right? Ultra Ball is what I definitely need, so I'll do that. Don't Pal Pad here. Pal Pad next. I want a Pal Pad next turn because I really would like to get that tool back. So see what happens. You know, if I'm really lucky, I get Professor Turo scenario, and then I actually could still win this game. I made that one huge misplay, and I would have been able to attack. Well, actually, it's not a guarantee, right? It's not a guarantee, but there's a good chance I could have attacked this turn. So hopefully they take out my act. If they gust up the bench, I'm in a lot of trouble. I'm in a ton of trouble. So yeah, I mean, a huge miss on my part. They're digging, though. They're digging for counter catcher or boss. Either of which, I mean, if Pokemon catcher, if they hit heads, I'm just going to scoop at that point. Well, I do have Thorton, but that's not going to work because I don't have. I have to get energy attached. Well, no, I mean, I guess. Well, I only have the one double turbo, right? So I can't power him up in one turn. My other double turbo, I think, I'm pretty sure is prized, right? I don't think I've discarded one. Did I? Oh, I did. Okay, the one's discarded by a Pokestop, I'm guessing. So if they take the knockout, wow, can they make this work? I mean, if canceling Cologne will win them the game too. Really surprised by this play. I gotta say, really surprised. That's pretty nuts. So, you know, if they have, so Ultra Ball there, just get rid of these guys here. Get my Noivern EX. You know, I made that one huge mistake. I think I want to get the tool back. That's what I want to get. So I think I want to, I'll just Pal Pad at this point. I guess I might as well boss, right? I might as well boss at this point. Might as well slow them down, right? In case they... So I'll get back the boss. And I'm going to grab the team's Yell Shears, just slowing things down for me, but I'll do that. Actually, I'll get the Cyllene. Those are the cards to make the deck infinite. And we'll see what happens. You know, at this point, I'm doing 50 per turn, but that's okay. I could have attached... No, well, maybe I attach energy just in case they play... Crushing Hammer, right? Do they have an out here? I don't know if they do, right? Canceling Cologne is what they have to have, right? I mean, Canceling Cologne essentially will win them game, I'm sure. If they had Canceling Cologne in deck, they're going to win the game. Otherwise, they probably lose. Like, they could play the Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon that hits through effects. They probably don't play that, though. Or if they did, they didn't understand what weren't aware of Noivern EX, which could be the case too. But because they should have got the Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon onto the bench if they played it. And I have run into it playing this deck recently. So in the deck, I don't know how common it is. So we'll see what happens. So they can attack, but you know, so if they have Canceling Cologne, they just knock me out. That I knew that was coming for sure. I guess I gust up like the TMS Ogerpon, just slow them down. That's what I do. So they're just drawing some cards, and you know, they may just be playing out the string. I may have finally, you know, this is where a deck like this, when you have a wall that completely shuts them down, right? Again, it can be broken. I mean, basically, Canceling Cologne is what they need. You know, obviously, like Iron Thorns would do it as well, but so they're just ending their turn. Probably, I'm assuming they're gonna just lose. It could be that they have Canceling Cologne and they're playing out the string too, but so that they're just going, you know, they're just bowing out with style. So I will just, well, you know, I'll hit my attack button. Why not? Just in case the game glitches, right? They deck out. I have game, so got the win finally. It was at the very last moment, but I got the Noivern EX evolved, and that got me game. And obviously that is one of the win conditions and shows the fact that this is a deck that can fall behind, can get a pretty poor start in this game, I would say, but can still win because of its options. All right, let's see what happens here. It's been a bit of a rough ride with this deck as I'm recording games for the video. When I've been playing the deck, not in the videos, I'm doing better. Now, part of it is a lack of practice with the deck. I played it a bunch in the past, but it is a deck that's a lot of, I think, very tricky, careful decisions. So practice is one thing. Another thing, though, when I'm recording, my focus on the game decision making isn't quite at the same level, right? I'm commentating as I go along. All right, taking a mulligan here. So, you know, it takes a little bit of the focus off, kind of, you know, shifts the focus a bit. All right, well, starting this guy, it's not terrible. Okay, I don't know, I don't have an okay button. I'm going first. Okay, say done. Live has been a little funky today, I will say. I've had at least one game where things kind of froze up on me, and ultimately, like, one turn, like, I basically missed my one turn in the game. One of those things where the card got hanging in the middle of the air when you did something and nothing really worked right. But, okay, so they're a Team Evolution based deck, I assume. So he could be very good. The Pidgey, the Mimikyu could be good as well. I'll wait on him. Get these two basics down. Get Rotom V. I will attach to the Ogerpon. Why not? Well, let's see. I have double turbo in deck. Let's see. I have two in deck. Let's see if okay. None of those are prized. Rare Candy Zard. That's very nice as well. So this is a really nice turn one. I got Rare Candy Charizard EX. You know, there's a decent chance you get Iono. Whenever you end your Rotom V, your opponent really likes to Iono you, right? Because you've got a big hand. So, okay, Barrel. Let's see. Is it now? If it's a Dragapult deck, that's rough for me. If it's just Charizard, now my Ogerpon is really good though, right? So, I've got to think how I want to work this here. So I'm getting Iono, so we'll see what I get. If I get double turbo, I'm good to go, right? That's one of there's a lot of cards that are pretty good for me. Buddy-Buddy Poffin's not bad. Might want to probably use that. Might want Mimikyu too, honestly. Mimikyu's pretty good. Oh, I have double turbo, so that's really good. So I guess I want the Mimikyu down. Let's see what do I have here. Mimikyu and Charizard's really good against Charizard, right? Just get another Zard down. I'm trying to think. Don't want Noivern. I'll drop down Zard. Yeah. Charmander. And I attach double turbo. I take the knockout. That's really good for me. And they can't evolve. I don't know if they can do more than 30, right? 30. There is the guy that does 40. That's the one I'm playing in my deck. It's 2 energies. Looks like they just play the one that does 30 or 30. Was that? Oh, that was the 30 for 1 guy, right? Or the 60 HP. These do 30 for 2. So, okay, they're gonna knock. No, they don't knock me out because they have an ability. I was thinking they're gonna knock me out. They can gust something up. They could take out the Rotom V if they want. But you know that's not the worst thing in the world. And so they have problems with the Mimikyu. The Charmeleon can take out the Mimikyu, I imagine. I'm not sure what Charmeleon they play yet, so we'll find that one out. I assume they play it. So, you know, we'll kind of see what happens here. Iono. I didn't have the cards I had. I didn't have anything useful in hand, so that's good. I just want to need Rare Candy and Ultra Ball. I got half of it. I got a Rare Candy. So, okay. So he does 50. He 2-shots my Mimikyu. Oh, my Mimikyu can't attack, so I don't need to worry about him. All right, they tossed the Mimikyu as well, so that, I mean a Charmeleon. So the Charmeleon, I'd probably like to take out the Charmeleon because he's the guy that can take out the Mimikyu. I could win by decking out. I don't want to do that. All right, so let's see. I have Team Yell's Cheer. I don't have any Pokemon. I don't have anything to recover. At this point, I can't play it. All right, so getting Unfair Stamped, which is fine. They own it, and then Unfair Stamp, which is the better sequence. Okay, it's not terrible. I don't know what they're going to do. They attack for no effect, so that's fine. I assume they knew that was coming. So let me see. I don't think there's any. My counter catcher and my boss are prized. Oh, that's not good. Okay, so I have 0 gusting until I take prizes, until I get something for the prizes. So anyway, I start doing damage, and we'll see what we can do. They can't do a ton of damage at this point. The only guy, right, they can only attack them with their basic. They're doing 30, and I one-shot them. So they're going to have a really hard time dealing with this. I don't know if their deck has an answer. So it makes it good for me. Now they can gust and win the game. I certainly wouldn't like to get someone out of play. All right, what are they going to? They'll take out the Rotom V. That makes a ton of sense. Do they have enough gusting to win the game though? It's a smart play using counter catcher this turn, right? I assume they have boss in deck as well, but you don't want to use boss this turn because then they're going to take the prize lead, or they won't be behind the prize lead if they just tied me up. They can't use counter catcher next turn, nor for a bit. I'm 3-shotting them, so their plan is to retreat before I knock them out. I assume I'd love to be able to use my Rare Candy. Research. Do I research? I guess I do. I'm sad about the rod, but I think I need pieces. All right, the cape is really good. Do I want to do something here? I'll put that there. And yeah, it's not terrible. Just attack. I have Cyllene. At this point, I don't really want Cyllene. The Eri is good, I think, as a play. just to get hopefully hit something. The Cyllene, there's nothing I need the Cyllene at this point. I don't think so. I mean, I lost my Rod. Getting that back could be good. What I wish I had is a gusting card, right? To take out that Charizard EX. Because they need to take 4 prizes. I have 4 Pokemon on the bench, so they need to gust 4 times and they win the game. Well, more than that, because the Mimikyu right now they can't one-shot. They're 2-shotting the Mimikyu, so they'll go after the Charmander with the energy or the Pidgey. Those are the 2 choices here. I decided not to attach the cape, which is fine. So they can attack active and let me take the knockout. I guess they are. I mean, they're committed to attacking, right? I assume. Okay, they're going to retreat. They're going to okay, that's not the play I like. I got to say, I'm good with that. Now I really need to get Thorton, I will say, but he knocks them out. They need an energy, which I assume they'll get. They haven't used their Pidgeot EX's ability, but because of what they're doing, okay, they're evolving, which does mean he can't hit the Mimikyu. So, okay. I mean, I need to get Thorton, right? I don't think Thorton was prized. If Thornton was prized, I'm in trouble, right? Because at this point, they can't deal with Mimikyu is a big problem for them. They're 3-shotting him with the Charmander. Did they recover the Charmeleon from the discard pile? Don't think they did. Let's see. Let me just look at what they got. No, they just got energies back. So they probably don't have another Charmeleon in deck. In which case, I mean, they can one-shot Mimikyu with the barrel, but that's a coin flip. It's 3 energies and a coin flip. So I'm guessing they're not gonna. I mean, they have to start committing to that one pretty soon. So they're taking prizes. We'll see what happens here. They've played a boss and a counter catcher, and both of mine are prized, unfortunately. So, I mean, this is my strategy is obviously very straightforward at this point. I'll just Eri at this point. I don't think there's anything else I want to do. I mean, I could. Mawile's not really going to get me there. Okay, let's see. Manaphy. Okay. Nothing great. Do I want to do something? I'll put a basic energy on this guy. Just so that I don't want him targeting one of these guys completely. If I put both energies on the one Charmander, they're going to gust him out, take him out, and then I'm in a lot of trouble. So maybe I should have Ultra Balled. Could I Pidgey for, they probably, if I don't get one of these guys scooped up out of play, I'm going to lose the game. I think is where it is. So I've got to Ultra Ball this turn just to try, just to hope. That's what I have to do here. So I got to take a look too. If Professor Turo scenario is not in deck, I'm going to lose the game. I'm pretty certain. So we'll see what happens. They don't play Prime Catcher. I know that. So that's the good news. They may want to, if they could have grabbed Pal Pad, that would have been a great draw for them there. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to Ultra Ball, thin my deck, and hope is what I'm going to do here. They do have a bit of an issue, though, getting through the Mimikyu still, right? So do I have, let's see. I do have, no, Thornton, Professor Turo scenario. So Professor Turo scenario is prized as well. So all the cards I need are prized, right? They're all prized. So it's not good. It's not good at all. So do I want to cape? I don't even think I cape anybody, right? Because cape doesn't save me. It does 100. I'm at 170, but they take me out there. So, I mean, I'm looking. I have an outside chance. This next turn, I have to. All right, they get their Turo scenario. Look, I'm not going to deck out, so that part's okay. Are they just going to be a poke for 30 again? Maybe. Maybe. Okay, so they got energies back in the deck. That was important because, okay, what are they getting with Buddy-Buddy Poffin here? Anything? Or are they just looking? Cleffa, okay. I mean, that's fine. Cute little Cleffa. You send them up just to get knocked out. Maybe they will. I mean, I guess they needed to send up a Charmander. Well, they had actually. Well, no, they had Pidgeot EX, right? They should have sent up Pidgeot EX. That was a given, right? He's got free retreat, so we'll see what they do. Can they attack this turn? Maybe. I'm gonna Heroes Cape the Mimikyu, and we'll see what happens if they have. So they're gonna give me just a 30. So like I need to get. There's a bunch of good cards in prize cards that I'd like to get here. So I'm gonna Heroes Cape you because that's what I want to do. Gonna do that. I don't really think there's anything I need to Cyllene back, right? Because none of these cards are what I want. I want the cards that are coming from the prizes. That's what I want here. So just attack. The thing is, look, they can. I'm sure they play Lost Vacuum, but Lost Vacuum is. Can we get? Yes. That. Okay, so this make it. This is probably. I probably have game now. I probably have game. Unless if they played Cancel and Cologne, of course that would be another story. But that's a weird play that they made there too. Well, they should be, sending up Pidgeot EX, even if they know they want him in the active. It's just generally the smarter play. It's a strange play, right? So I'm gonna get the Charmander out of play. I don't have to worry about decking out. So this is good. I just Turo scenario. And so if I get disrupted, if I get my hand disrupted, then no, they played Arven, so that's really good. So they can't disrupt my hand, so super awesome. And they can't unfair stamp me because that's in the discard pile. So and they don't really probably have a way to recover it. So this is good. This. So that the Mimikyu, they can only get through him with the basic or the stage 1. That stage 1, though, because he has the ability, it's the better one to play. But, okay, Collapse Stadium, that's fine. Actually, that was probably a mistake. I mean, that's their best attacker on Mimikyu, right? Is what I would say. So I will Professor Turo scenario, get the Charmander out of play, and just attack. And at this point, I believe I have the game locked up. I don't understand why they sent up the Charizard EX. Maybe there's some. I don't think it was the right play on their part. All right, I've lost access to Counter Catcher. Unfortunately, I drew it too late in the game. But I think I'm safe. I mean, they can attack with Cleffa, but Cleffa doesn't actually do any damage, right? He has no ability. So the only thing they can attack with is their basics. So I guess the Pidgeot as well, probably. Or the Pidgey. Pidgey can do 20. But that's not very good. So I'm not sure what they're doing here. I guess they're going to power up the Charmander. That's, in theory, their only chance. But, I mean, I'm not sure what they do here. So I'm not going to worry about it. So Roxanne to 2. If they get the Mimikyu stuck in the active, whatever, I'm not going to worry about that. So they're taking a lot of time here. Just a straight up Charizard. Charizard Dragapult, I've seen more of that, and that's obviously very problematic for this deck. Now, they're just making some plays, I would say, for the sake of making some plays. All right, so I'll attach energy so I have free retreat. Or I can pay the retreat if I need to. They did 30, I knock them out. I mean, they have to keep looping that a whole lot of times, right? And every time they do it, I one-shot them. So, so they conceded. So look, got the Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon with the star that game, right? So that proved to be a pretty straightforward game for me. That and the Mimikyu, right? It's a very rough matchup for Charizard, this deck in particular. All right, let's see how things go here. It's been rough. I've been seeing a lot of Dragapult lately, and this deck does not like Dragapult. That I will say that with a lot of confidence. So my opponent won the coin flip. So we'll see what happens. That's I can look. This deck can fall behind. That's the one thing I'll say. With different strat, there's difference between doing damage to. Am I first or second, by the way? I'm going second. I'm going to drop Noibat in the active. I think I want to protect everyone else on the bench. That's my thought here. Load up my bench with everyone else. Oh, it's Lugia. Well, that's not good. That one's not good either. Lugia's not great either. I haven't been thinking of Lugia just because there hasn't been a ton of... whoops. Sorry, I clicked the wrong button there. I can win this game though. I just need to. I need Charizard to win this game. That's really my win condition here is Charizard. And I have the pieces to get it going. I got to hit some stuff with Rotom V. I would say that, but that's certainly possible. Let me see what I get rid of here. Okay. Let me Buddy-Buddy Poffin here. I think this is what I need here, right? And these other guys just aren't very useful. 2, what's the rare candy situation? 3. So 1 rare candy's prized. Rotom V, Just need to set up. I'm going to drop down both Pidgeys because this is a game where... I just got to get, Charizard can win me the game. That's what it is. I can win with Charizard. I don't have any stage 1s, so, we'll see what happens. I potentially can get going. I need to get a rare candy. I need a rare candy or Arven is what needs to happen. Because I have the Ultra Ball. I need access. I need the rare candy, though, is what I need. So, we'll see what happens. I could have attached to Noivern, I guess. I could knock them out next turn. Well, I could knock out the Minccino. I was honestly expecting they'd do more than this. I will say that. So, yeah, it's not, it's not great. It's a tricky spot. Look, it's a bad start for me. Look, it's not a good start for them either. But they can quickly dig themselves out of it, is what I would say. So, this is pretty terrible. So I'll do this and just draw some more cards. What was the... Yeah, don't. I don't want to rod. I don't want a Pal Pad for that. So again, just not getting the cards I need is what I'll say. I just, I need rare candy. One of them's prized, I know that. So I have 3 rare candies in deck. The odds of hitting it any one turn aren't great. So they might be going to ride the wind here. That may be their play. So that's good. They're getting a really slow start, which is a Lugia type thing. Once it gets going, it's a world beater, but they don't always get it going. So what do I want to do here? This is really terrible. I've got to hit something one of these turns, right? It just feels like I've got to get something one of these turns. So I'll just start getting energies down so I can do some more stuff. And just not getting what I need at all. Just not. At this point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cards in hand. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, including the cards in play. Plus 2. So 22 cards out of my 60 I've seen. And nothing... Wow, my opponent's really struggling too, though. That's the good news. My opponent's struggling. I'm staying in it because my opponent is really struggling. Well, this is really bad, though. All right, let me just do this. Let's see. So there's the rare candy. Eri, Cyllene. Okay, Ultra Ball. All right, so, I mean, what are the odds? I'm seeing like 4 fresh cards every turn. 4 cards every turn. Give me a rare candy. The problem is once I get rare candy, I'm going to get Iono'd, right? That's the way this game's feels like it's going. I get rare. So now, do I get Iono'd, right? My opponent's obviously not doing great either. They may be okay. Iron Hands. Iron Hands, I don't like that. I don't... If they take 2 prizes, though, then... Let's think. I have rare candy. I have Pidgeot. I can get a rare candy, and I can get Zard. So I can get rare candy Charizard this turn. I mean, I can get Pidgeot and Charizard EX, Pidgeot EX and Charizard EX into play this turn. That's good. This is tricky, though. Iron Hands is really rough for me. So, Luminous. I take him out, though, and they're going to lose their energy. I don't know if they play Basic Lightning or not. So that's the good news. They're going to manually retreat, I assume, and they're going to give me the knockout here, right? They're going to give me the knockout because they're going to take 2 prizes. So that's 180 plus 60, right, is 240. So that's the thing. Because they take 2 prizes, it actually is going to hurt them this game. So... Hopefully, it all comes together. Let's see what I top deck as well. Okay, that's fine. Do this. I evolve you. I need to get a rare candy. Now, TM Devolution's not good for me this game. I can tell you that because my 1 rare candy's prized, and I've gotten a very slow start here. So... I don't really want a Mawile. Mawile's not good. So I'll ditch you. I'll keep the Radiant Zard. I'll get rid of that. So Charizard EX. What's my energy situation, by the way? Because I have to accelerate some energy. So 2 basic fires. Okay. So that's fine there. And I might as well accelerate them both, probably, right? Just kind of set things up. I could have dropped down the Radiant Zard, maybe. Maybe that was a mistake. I don't know. A retreat here. I don't really think I want to attack the Radiant Zard, though, do I? I mean, he gives me a 1-shot as well at some point, but right now, this is good. This is good, so... Take 2 prizes, so that's a big... Now, the thing is, they can 1-shot my Zard, probably, right? And I only get 1 prize because they have the Legacy. That part's not good either. Now, as long as they 1-shot me with Chino, it's really bad. Really, really bad for me. So we'll see. Look, they have set... Can I just keep... Look, I can make this happen again this turn. Let's see, what's there? Minchino. Yeah, no, I don't want to... I mean, potentially Mawile could win me the game in that if they get enough energies discarded, right? So is that enough for them? I could potentially get Lumineon V stuck in the active as well. I don't know what they play for switching cards. So what they do, they grabbed, what, Iono was it? So now, okay, I only get 1 piece. I need either... Rare Candy or the Pokemon, and I got neither. I have research, though. I have research, so I can research. So that's okay. I mean, research probably gets me what I need, so if they knock out, they'll take my last 2 prizes, of course, just lose the game. It's going to be really tough here. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 energy in the discard pile. They can obviously take out like a Rotom V pretty easily. So I research here, and I should be okay. Maybe I Mesa Goza first. I guess I Mesa Goza. If I get heads, then I just grab the Zard there. All right, I flip tails. That's fine. I think I don't really want the energy, do I? I ditched the Mimikyu. I grab you. I've got... I mean, I'm not going to boss this turn, obviously. Oh, the tool would be super, super, super awesome as well. Do I want a rare candy here? Well, I guess I got to do this now. I've committed to this play, so I've got a rare candy. Maybe I should have researched first. Well, I don't know. I'm okay here. I do want to research, I think. I could Turo as well instead of... I mean, maybe I Turo the Rotom V out of play. I think I want to do that. I'm going to say no to this. I don't really want to attack with these guys here. And I prefer a Turo scenario here, right? Take the Rotom V out of play. That helps me a little bit there. Doing 300. I might just lose this next turn. You know, it's definitely possible. So we'll see. I mean, that, you know, because I think with the Legacy Energy, they only give up one prize, and with you know, and with the Chinchino, they give up one prize. So there's a lot of single. So I had to do a lot of, you know, I had to do a lot of work just to get 2 prizes in this matchup. So that's partly where the Lugia deck is very good. Yeah, they set up really slowly. They super struggled, but so did I. If I had gotten a better start, I could have gotten ahead of things here, right? If I could have set up, it would have put pressure on, but I couldn't set up. And I Rotom V'd, you know, I just had a massive hand, right? You know, it just was what it was. I just wasn't hitting the card. I just needed access to rare candy. I wasn't getting rare candy or anything that could get me rare candy. And so that was what it was. 1, 2. So they need what? 5. They need 5 energies. So that. Okay. So that's good. That's really good. Can they take me out next turn? Quite possibly. Quite possibly. So let's see. So he takes me out for sure. Turo scenario might be good, huh? All right, let me do this. No, I don't need those guys. If I do Turo scenario, Misfortune Sisters. I don't think I need anybody else. So, okay, so that's all right. Let me get my tool this turn. I take him out. I get my tool, right? He should be in the deck, I think. I don't think I've confused things enough to that point, so that's really good. I'll Mesa Goza. If they have boss, that's pretty rough for me. But right now, yeah, the tool on the active is a big deal. Let me take out the active Chinchino because he's pretty bad for me, right? Because he does a ton of damage. And getting rid of energy is a big deal with this deck too, right? I mean, they what's their energy count, right? They have 14 in the discard pile. They need a lot to take out, to one-shot me. They need, what, it's 7. Is it 7? Make sure I got the multiplier. 7, so they need times 4, right? 7 times 4 takes out Pidgeot EX. Or 5 to take out Charizard EX. So I might have won the game. They might have run themselves out of energy. I don't know. They're not doing much. Do they stop playing? Are they thinking about what to do? I don't know. I've had some connection issues today, which I don't normally have. There was an announcement that they're doing some maintenance today because they love to do maintenance. I mean, they're just, you know, unfortunately they're struggling with live. That is what it is. Can't get around that. So I do have counter catchers, so I probably take out an Archeops on my turn. I don't know that my opponent actually picked the Lumineon V to promote. It's not the worst choice in the world, actually. If they can't do anything, that's the smart play, right? But unfortunately, it looks like they stopped playing to me. Nope, they're doing something. Their boss. Okay. and they conceded. So, because I would just draw an energy and retreat. So got the win, was able to, that was just a slow start on both of us. My opponent, unfortunately, because, look, that win, you know, my opponent maybe could have played better. I'm not certain. But, you know, I'm going to wrap up on that win and just give a little deck overview, right? That last win was I think the tankiness of Charizard EX, right? It's 330 HP. They need a lot of energies to one-shot him, and that pulled me through. But okay, let's do the full deck overview here. So it's a box-style deck, so this will take a little bit of time. So Charizard EX, 330 HP, very tanky, super awesome. Burning Darkness, you know what it does. 180 HP, 30 or more per prize taken. Accelerate 2 energy attack cost, but accelerates 3 energy when you play it from hand. So super, super great there. So it's a 2/0/2 line, no stage 1. So there's no stage 1, so I'm vulnerable to TM devolution. I don't have deck space for stage 1s, is what I got to say, though. Because it's a box-style deck, it's got a lot of pieces and options, makes it fun, but, you know, it is what it is. 2/0/2 Pidgeot EX, really good. Quick search, get any one card each turn. Super awesome there. We need to get set up. So Rotom V, super critical instant charge. You want to get Rotom V in play turn 1. Honestly, Rotom V in play is probably the most important Pokemon in play turn 1. Yes, if you don't get a Charmander or Pidgey down next turn, you can't evolve to the stage 2. But if you don't have Rotom V, you're probably doing nothing. That's what I've learned with the deck. So just Rotom V in play is the #1 priority, for sure. And then a lot of counter options. Well, no, we also play Radiant Charizard. It's just a good attacker late game. I don't use it a lot because, look, if you already have Charizard EX, he's the better attacker late game because he does more damage. But 250 for 1 energy late game on a single prize, really good. And being a single prize, it can help the prize map as well. Okay, getting into the counter type control type options. Mawile with Tempting Trap, really good here. Can't use the second attack, but you can get something stuck, and I've won a number of games that way. Generally, you don't want a Mawile early in the game. Sometimes sometimes you just that's what you start. You don't have a choice. Sometimes I show the Mawile early to force my opponent to try and slow them down, because sometimes it switches up what they want to do. They see it, they don't want to bench support Pokemon as much and stuff, so Mawile has benefit there. But generally, when it wins you games, you've done attacking, your opponent's been tacking back and forth, maybe you've been walling, whatever, and all of a sudden you slap the Mawile down late game, and your opponents spent their resources so they can't switch out of it, and you can win the game. It can definitely happen. A copy of Mimikyu. Again, you don't win the games with Mimikyu a lot. It does slow down your opponent, and occasionally, and you just take away options or limit your opponent's choices. That's what a deck like this is doing. You're just making it tough choices on them so that eventually you find the piece that wins the game at the end. A lot of these games you fall behind on, I will say. That's pretty common for these wins, and you just don't quit. Just keep going and look for a path to victory. Noivern EX, Covert Flight, you're immune to damage from basic Pokemon. You do some damage, 70 or 50 if it's double turbo. Really good. For this deck list, I've included 2 copies of Noibat. I only had 1 copy last time, but with this updated list 2, I think it's really important. Getting Noivern EX is really important. The fact that it's so fragile, I don't like it. So getting 2 Noibats down when you need Noivern EX, dropping down 2 Noibats early game is really good there. And then also playing Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon EX. The old deck played Alolan Vulpix V-Star. This is just better because it's immune. The same thing. It's immune to damage from basics, but it's an ability, not the effect of attack. So much better. And so if I can't attack it for a while, that's okay. I still have that protection. And I don't need to try to power up because it was Alolan Vulpix V-Star. Then I also played Arceus V-Star as well, which is good, but I'd rather drop all those. It's 4 deck slots. This is 1 deck slot instead of 4. It's just much better all around. Energies here, 5 copies of Basic Fire. Charizard EX just needs this, 2 copies of Fighting, Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon EX. You want to be able to attack with it, it's pretty important. 2 copies of Double Turbo, helps with a couple different things besides Pidgeot EX. Or Radiant Charizard, you drop it on Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon, and it lets you, the big reason is it lets you attach 1 energy to attack with Noivern EX, and of course you can use it on Mawile for its attack as well, but the biggest reason, Noivern EX there. And then 1 copy of Mist Energy, just prevents you from effects of attacks, and that can be very, very important I've forgotten at times, but you also want to get it onto Dragapult. With Dragapult EX, you want to get it onto the Mimikyu to protect him on the bench. So don't forget about that missed energy, or or just those attacks that just knock you out. It stops those as well. So very good there. All right, a ton of supporters. I'll just kind of run through them quickly. There's a lot of them. Hisuian Heavy Ball, we got a lot of one-ofs, makes a ton of sense. Counter Catcher, really good, gusting. One copy Misfortune Sisters. We're trying to get rid of options for our opponents, so getting rid of items for their deck is a good thing. Team Yell's Cheer, I'm going with an infinite deck because it can be a stall strategy. So between Teams Yell's Cheer, Pal Pad, and Cyllene, which is in here somewhere, wherever that is, those make the deck infinite, so that's part of why that's there. One copy Magma Basin. It's really good to help power up your Radiant Zard in particular. Charizard powers itself up, but Radiant Zard is very good. And we do have Thorton in the deck. We'll get to that. So that helps also with energy acceleration. One copy of Boss's Orders. Just super, super, super good. 4 Seal Stone gives us a V-Star power since we have a V. 3 Dust Balls. We have a few different basics that aren't Buddy-Buddy Poffin searchable. Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon, Radiant Zard, Mawile, Rotom V. So therefore, Nest Ball is necessary in the deck. One copy of Hero's Cape, just try to make ourselves tanky. You could go with Prime Catcher, but I think Hero's Cape is better, although you are vulnerable to Lost Vacuum. That's unfortunately the reality, but it's still really good. One copy Cyllene, flip 2 coins, put in per heads, put a card from the discard pile on top of your deck in any order you want. That's really good. 2 copies Pal Pad, 1 Thorton, switch a basic and play with a basic in the discard. Really good. You can like stream Mimikyus easier or something else, or get down. You can get a Charmander or a Pidgey onto the bench, but what it says on Thorton is turns in play remain on that Pokemon. So if you had whatever, I had Rotom V in play, I Thornton it into Pidgey, I can then, and it was down, the Rotom V was down last turn, I can now Rare Candy to Pidgeot EX that turn. So it's really good. 1 copy of Arven, 1 copy of Iono, 1 Professor's Turo Scenario. All really good cards. The downside is there's all these one-ofs, so you have to do some recovery, and you're a little bit random getting set up. It's a deck that you're kind of struggling to set up for a while. Once you get set up, you're good to go. That's kind of how the games play out. You kind of struggle a lot of times, and then eventually you find a path to win, or you get behind too much and you just lose. I mean, that happens for sure too. But it's honestly, the games are pretty interesting almost all the time. 1 copy of Rod, 1 Research, 1 Eri, again Hand Disruption, 3 Buddy-Buddy Poffins, just really good with the evolving basics there. 4 Ultra Balls, a Switch, 4 Rare Candies. You could go to 3 Rare Candies to pick up something, but I like 4. Just makes me feel good. And 1 copy of Earthen Vessel so that we can, get a couple energies at times. Maybe Earthen Vessel can go because I'm not playing a ton of Arvens, right? Just 1 Arven, so maybe Earthen Vessel could go. I'm not sure. But anyway, it's very solid 60. I've adjusted it now. It's a big boost, the fact that I have the Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon. So a very good deck. It's a fun deck to play. It rewards multiple plays. The more you get to know the deck, the better. Obviously, you need to kind of know the matchups. You need to know the deck and the different lines of play. And don't be afraid if you fall behind like 3 prizes. It's okay. Honestly, falling behind 4 prizes, you can still be okay. Once you get down to like 1 prize, I'm nervous at that point, right? But up until that, I always feel like I'm as long as there's a way I could win the game, I feel like I'm very much in the game. And there's a lot of times you will make the clutch comebacks with the deck, and that is a lot of fun. So play some Pokemon, take care, and have fun.